time now on DH9 Radio for In Conversation With, a show in which we talk to local creative people and those interested in the music scene. Good evening and welcome to In Conversation With here on DH9 Radio. I'll be your host, I'm Bryan F. Irving, and with me in the studio today are Northeast Band Social Youth Cult. So thank you very much for joining us today. Please do introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Shaun. I'm the singer, songwriter and occasional guitarist in the band.
I'm Holly, I'm the axe lady.
I'm Jack, I'm neurotic.
Okay, well, it's nice to have you here. Been following your career a little bit lately. I've seen you a couple of times at the Clooney.
Yeah.
I think the last time you were supporting Vision Video.
Oh,
yeah.
That was particularly good one.
They
just split up, haven't they?
Yeah, they have, yeah. Like,
what, a couple of days ago? Last gig, yeah.
Halloween, was it?
Something like that,
Aye, yeah.
Oh God, I missed that.
Aye, I know. It's a shame, but
yeah.
It was a pleasure gig with them, wasn't it? It was a
lovely
gig.
Yeah, it really was.
Dusty's sound is out.
You'd have been in Whitby just recently, you were.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
It was fantastic. I think a lot of the when we got asked about it is there's just so much happened in that weekend, you know.
Yeah.
We launched our album. We played a fantastic sold out show at the Crafty Cove.
A double set as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, double set.
Which is the first time we've ever done that. Yeah.
I think it ended up like 2 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, we timed it and we were like, we've not got enough stuff for you, so they're going to be like an hour and a half. But I think we just sort of dragged it out.
Yeah.
We got encore as well, and then we did Bela Lugosi's Dead, just to drag it away out.
Well, that gives you 10 minutes right there.
Yeah.
That's how we do it sometimes. If we need like 10 minutes in a set, we just put Bela on.
Yeah, absolutely. That does bring us to a question that I almost didn't ask, but since Bauhaus has come up, you are often likened to Bauhaus. How do you feel about that?
It's quite complicated as a group, but as individuals, it's
nice, isn't it?
It's nice, yeah.
But sometimes it's like,
so you want to be known as your own entity as opposed to like in relation to someone else.
Yeah, these fellas come up, I saw Joy Division in 1979, that was the best gig I've ever seen since then, and I was like, yeah, but we're not Joy Division though, are we? I hope we're not anyway.
But then you think about it a little bit, it's like people are comparing you to these like giants, and it's like, whoa, that's kind of surreal. It's like people see you not on the same level, but like this. I think it's nice.
But I think it's important that people do sort of. I was talked with a fellow in Leeds, and he was like, "You're just the new Bauhaus," and I was like, "No, we're not. We're us. That you're the second coming of them. We're the first coming of us, actually."
Yeah. Now, speaking of giants, you were on the BBC last night.
Last night, yes.
I'm so annoyed.
2 minutes and 30 seconds.
2 minutes.
I noticed they cut you off.
Enough of that. It's nice to be on. It's nice to get airtime and stuff like that. But he was like, "Oh, this is their new single. It's not a single." It was like,
Lighthouse.
Called the album Lighthouse. That's been annoying me. That it's like a bit of a nitpick, but it's like it's the Lighthouse actually.
Yeah.
Get it right.
So one of the things I wanted to ask you is every artist, every musician, probably every human endeavour really, if I'm honest, encounters a lot of barriers, hardships, things they didn't see coming that they've got to work past. What have those, or some of those barriers that you've had to overcome been during the course of you?
I think for us, we play it by ear a lot, don't we? So we don't really have a plan for barriers to get in the way a lot. So usually for a barrier for us, it's just like, train's delayed. Or, that time we got stuck in Middlesbrough for like...
Oh, man.
Not me, I was safe.
Sometimes the barrier is like, we say yes to too much. And then we end up playing to like 6 people, and,
driving down to doing like a 9-hour round trip to Coventry for their do like 5 people watch.
The fellow running it was nice enough, but it was like we nearly crashed on the way
I guess
in concert.
Experience is a bit of a barrier, actually.
I would say they count, definitely.
God, I didn't think of that.
We've persevered through a lot like that, but I think if we look back on it, it's kind of just we learn what not to do. Like we'll never do that kind of big round trip again, and especially play a gig the next day after it as well. We're all shattered.
Yeah.
Because that was awful.
Yeah.
Half an hour set, we timed it, and then we had to cut like 7 songs short or something.
I'm sure there was only 5 people in that crowd as well, so it was an eventful weekend.
But to be fair, we've had it quite lucky.
Yeah,
I think we have.
Pretty smooth sailing, I think.
Because we're all in it for the love of the game, aren't we? So it's like we don't like everything that's kind of happened. It's just kind of been almost like not a happy accident, because that almost puts it too much. That puts it down too much. But it's like it's all been part of like a nicer, bigger thing. You know, I don't really know how to describe it, but I'm yapping.
Yeah. The biggest barrier is sometimes one of us is in a NAS. That's
We're not very good at hiding moods as well.
No. I think that helps really. It's better than keeping it in.
Yeah.
I think we played Halloween last year and I was in the NAS with him, so I kicked him while we was on stage. I
forgot about that.
He was doing my editing, so I just baited him. He always turned around and go, "Oh no, what you done that for, man?"
Me and Alex were just looking like...
I don't remember it because I don't remember anything to do with that Halloween gig. Yeah, I was absolutely steaming.
You gotta be on Halloween though,
yeah. I was wearing a cheerleader costume, I had to be, man.
So, how did you come together in the first place?
This is the part where he calls me short.
Yeah, it is. Me and him, we met on a night out.
Right.
Where me and Ollie had just... because obviously you can tell by the sound of us that we're not from Newcastle, or from up here in general. And me and her go to Newcastle Uni, and me and you had literally just met, actually, haven't we?
Yeah, we're about to go to our first Nightbreed, the goth night that we go to all the time now. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Nightbreed. But we went to Dog and Parrot, didn't we? We were pre-drinking it. And I'll let you tell the story actually, since it's you two.
I was actually just like one of the most drunk I've ever been at this time, and I was sort of sat waiting for a drink at the bar, and then all I felt was like this tap on my shoulder. Oh, man! I like your t-shirt, man. I was sat wearing my Joy Division t-shirt.
Yeah.
And he come up to me, and it was like a yappy little dog. It was. He's only so high, isn't he? There you go. But he was like, "Oh, I love Joy Division, me. I love Bauhaus. What's your favourite song?" Blah blah blah. But I was like, it was so loud, and I was so drunk that I was like, "Oh yeah, man, totally, yeah." And then somehow I can't remember. He gave me his contact, and he messaged me a couple of days later, being like. What he said to me, he was like, "You look like a bassist, you."
Oh,
and I was like,
I did.
"Oh, well, I am, yeah." And he was like, "Do you want to start a band?" And I was like, "Yeah, alright, why not?" And then we brought you in about a couple of weeks later.
Yeah, because I was just sat in the beer garden, oblivious to any of this happening. I hadn't met Shaun until I think like a couple of days later.
Yeah. He was. You already knew Alex, didn't you?
Yeah. Me and Alex had been in bands for like a couple of years up to that point. And it had always been kind of like this looming thing of, we're going to do a goth band, you know. Like, I don't know, the singer and the bassist would have a row, or like they'd go and get a drink and just be like, "Oh, you guys do something," and we'd do a Bauhaus cover. Yeah. And that's kind of how I realised I could sing as well, was just because I'm a guitarist originally. It was just, you know, nobody was on the microphone, I'll be a laugh, and then we ended up doing Passionate Lovers one day, and it was like, "Oh, yeah, it's alright." And then it was probably a couple of weeks after that I met Jack and Social Youth Club become a thing. So
right.
But it did become a thing until she joined there.
I jokingly asked if you needed a guitarist, and I didn't actually expect a yes. So I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, but it's that's it's not the most interesting fun story.
There's a lot of
we met on a night out.
Usually, isn't it? That's how all good things happen. Usually,
just quite coffee accident.
Yeah. I was just about to work my way around with a question about the cassettes, because you don't see that happen so much anymore.
Yeah, no. Well, we're all big on physical media.
Yeah.
I mean, you and Alex would fix the RTs and stuff like that, don't you?
Yeah. So. Just all the electronics, what was fascinating me. So I collect all sorts when I can. Vinyl's my main one, but I have cassettes and CDs. But there's like a collective, like non-for-profit label in America called Violet Hour Transmissions. They got in contact with us and just said, yeah, we'll do a cassette. And it was straight away yes, because it's just cool having it, you know. It's a nice little collectible thing. You don't really see it. We're very 80s inspired, and I feel like
I remember actually when we played Whitby for the first time, and we only had the cassettes and like some t-shirts and stuff like that. This woman come up, she goes, "Where's your CDs?" And I was like, "We've not got any." She's like, "You know, why have you only got cassettes? It's not the 80s anymore." And I went, "Who do you think we are?" What do you mean it's not the 80s anymore?
That's what I'm about to say. It's very 80s. I feel like we've got a lot of inspiration from that decade, so why not, you know?
Well, absolutely, yeah. I always think it's a bit odd when somebody in the goth scene reminds you it's not the 80s. It's like, as a scene, we've been trying to pretend we hadn't noticed it's not the 80s. Ever since it stopped being the 80s. And we are kind of still pretty much rooted in there.
Yeah.
In the 80s as a scene as a whole, I think. Although, I mean, some people would argue we've drifted quite a long way from it, but I think the scene always returns to that.
Yeah.
But rather than me make a statement, I did have a question for you about that. How robust do you feel the post-punk and goth scene is in the UK at the moment? How does that compare to the rest of the world in your opinion?
It's definitely alive. There's definitely one there. I think it's changed its form in the most recent years with social media and stuff. I think it's becoming like a almost different entity. Like there seems to be a lot of political discussion online and stuff around like what it is to be goth. There's such a focus on image now,
yes,
as opposed to, which I guess that there always was a massive feature of image in the goth scene, but it's almost like people get into so many arguments about what like being goth looks like as opposed to what being goth is. And I think it's caused a lot of division, division online. But even bit, but like I think when it comes to like actual like the physical scene, I think it is still alive and well. I mean, we can see for the people that come to our gigs, like it transcends like generations as well. Like it's very unifying. It's a nice scene to be in.
Unfortunately, I'm about to be cynical. It's lovely, but it's like part of our sort of the reason why we've gone in such a non-commercial direction, I think, is because we're a bit bored of like what the majority of it is as well.
It's just like
just drum machines and bloody, like, you're not the Sisters, man, you know, just get a real drummer. Like there's so many bands that we see
your guitar can play more than one note at a time as
well. And you know, you don't have to make it on your computer at home and just bring it, you know. It's there's so many bands that I see where it's like, if you had a drummer, or even if you had like someone just like doing snare rolls in the back, like it'd be so much better. But the thing is, like, the drum machine just sort of kills a lot of the live aspects of it. But it's like, as well, it's like it's more true of certain places than not. But like in terms of bands and stuff like that, there's like no young people. It's like, it's really weird. It's lovely because it's like a lot of the people you talk to are quite knowledgeable, and then it's almost like a bit of a compliment when they go like, "Oh, you know, I saw Bauhaus in 1990 or whatever, and you're all sick," and I'm like, "Oh, thank you." But it's like, it's almost like it's a bit isolating sometimes. Because then it's like you are the young goth band. It's like sometimes it's a bit patronising as well. It's like people come up and you're like, "Oh, I'm old enough to be your granddad," and I'm like, "Okay, thanks, thanks for giving me that information." But it's like, you know, people call us kids. It's like Alex is like nearly 23.
Like when we did that gig in Leeds and someone come on stage and people were like, "Oh, we thought it was one of your parents."
I almost wanted to like, because obviously they're really joking about it. I was like, obviously I was just like, "Who the fuck do you think I am?" You know, there's a bit of a punk streak in us, I think. In terms of like,
that's where we come from, isn't it? You know.
It is.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes it's like you do want to. I'm going to start telling people just do one. I think if they start annoying me, it's like, but it is nice. Edinburgh's lovely.
Edinburgh's a great scene.
We played Edinburgh at the beginning of last month, Banshee Labyrinth, And like,
awesome venue.
It was the same thing with the Vision Video gig. I was so surprised to see people who were like under the age of 25 coming to our gig.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's lovely when you know, there's like sort of older people there, but they do just sort of like sit there with their arms folded. And you're like, oh, I'm bombing so bad, everyone hates this. What's the point of me even doing this? I'm quitting, you know. And then they come up to you after and they'll be like, that's the best gig I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, you sat there with your arms folded the full time. You didn't even tap your foot or anything. And then you come off and you're like, oh yeah, that was the best thing I've ever seen. I was like, come on.
See, representing the old folks for a moment, I do kind of get it, because I used to be really lively at gigs when I was younger. But now I'm 55 and nothing works. And I find that by the end of a gig, if I'm standing through the whole thing, it takes me 2 days to recover. So I do kind of get it, but I know what you mean. I've done gigs where I'm DJing between bands, so we're only doing, you know, we probably have like a 3-hour set at the end, but we're covering changeovers. So you know yourself, that can be as little as like 5-10 minutes, a couple of tracks sometimes, or one Sisters of Mercy track. And like, it doesn't look like anybody cares. You're thinking, like, I could have just left it silent, nobody seems to bother, and then afterwards they'll come up and, oh, great gig, and they'll mention something that I played in one of those little gaps in it. Alright, okay, so you were paying attention to the whole thing, you're enjoying yourself, you're just doing a very good job of hiding it. But I think, I don't know, goths have got a reputation for not being very demonstrative. And, I think sometimes they do live up or down, would you say? Probably down to that, and it can be difficult to tell exactly what's going on there. But,
I'll tell you what's lovely, actually. The North East is one of the best music scenes, like, in the world at the minute. It's like, especially in terms of alternative music. I mean, you've got like Black Rain, House Proud, you know, Sunderland's really big. There's like a couple of Newcastle bands that have been trying to play with us for ages that I've kept my eye on. There's like there's a band called Beano that I really like the look of, that I still need to go see. There's a couple others, but Sunderland's massive at the minute. And it's like, especially in our sort of post-punky sort of thing, Black Rain as well. You've got such a boom at the minute. It's sort of come out of nowhere, and it's lovely. Where it's like, sometimes like I do keep track of, like, you know, what's going on where. It's like some places down south it just seems like dead. But it's like, maybe there's a bit of like a northern streak in that. You know,
maybe
like where Cola.
I mean, depending where you draw the line from the north, because obviously
don't ask him that question. Whatever you do not ask him.
There's no such thing as the Midlands.
Yes, there is.
It's work nonsense.
Well, I mean, you know, goth kind of grew out of Leeds originally, and much as I'm one of these people, I love to wind people from Yorkshire up by claiming that the north starts at Scotch Corner. I really hate that. So I do apologise to any listeners we have in Yorkshire. It must be awful for you living in Yorkshire.
Trust me, it is. It's awful.
And this is a good point for me to say that the email address, if you'd like to make a complaint, is DH9Radio@mail.com. Well, it did kind of grow out of Leeds, and for a long time you had that Leeds sound. And I remember a period in the goth scene where everybody sounded like the Sisters.
Was it 2025?
Okay, I remember the first time in the goth scene where everybody sounded like the Sisters. And then we got a band called The Merry Thoughts came along, and they did such a good job of sounding like the Sisters that everybody else started to look for their own sound again, because they're never going to sound as much like them as The Merry Thoughts do. And sometimes you need that little kick to go... You know, to remind people, like, by all means show your influences in your music, but like add something of your own, the way you guys do. You add quite a lot of your own sound to it.
Like, what's the point of making music if you're not going to make your own music?
Might as well be in a cover band.
Exactly. Don't be in a cover band. You grifter.
You can do better. You can do better.
Yeah, do you know, you sound so much like my wife when you say that. She has a hate relationship with cover bands and tribute bands, because a tribute band's just a cover band who hasn't decided which band they want to cover. Really.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going to get a complaint from that, and I know it's going to be from David Black. But yeah, so we were talking about the number of younger people you're seeing at your gigs, and I think it's important. There's so many people my age would be happy just to see the goth scene die with us. You know, they don't want young people in. They're really they don't want any change. They want everything to be like the 80s. And then there's the rest of us who we would rather it survived us. We would rather it kept going. It's one of the longest running subcultures in the world, and we would like it to keep going long after we're gone. But for that, you need to see more young people in the scene. How do you feel about what I've just said?
I completely agree.
Right,
I think it's the scene is what the new generations make of it as well. So obviously nothing's created in a void, so you're going to be taking inspiration from all the 80s classics and stuff. But there's obviously a very big appeal towards the goth subculture in general, whether that's the appearance, the music, whatever. And I think it's definitely worth keeping alive. It's similar to the metal subcultures as well. I'm part of that as well. And it's it's just it's a really nice outlet as well. So if it was to just die, I don't think it would ever die. I think it would reinvent itself as something else. Maybe not something you could specifically call goth.
Yeah.
But there would definitely be some kind of alternative subcultures pervade it, no matter what.
I think we saw something similar to what you just talked about there in the 90s when we had cybergoth.
Yeah.
And it was very that's how we felt at the time, I must admit. But by we I mean me and my relatively small group of friends. It really didn't appeal to us. But in retrospect, we think do you know the scene as a whole wouldn't have survived without them?
Yeah. They've now become not an inextricable part of goth, but a sub-genre, haven't they?
Yeah, that's right.
You get it's a lot of the dark wave, man. It's dark wave. It's just pop. It's all pop with a bit of reverb and a minor kick. That's it. You know, and you're still talking about the same stuff. You know, girl, I love you. Yeah. Girl, do you love me? You know, can we kiss in a graveyard? Maybe.
A bit of blood drinking put in there.
I say that we've got a song called Black Lipstick.
We were a dark wave band at the time.
Yeah, we were.
So, you know,
I was going to bring that up actually because you know you were once described as having sloughed off your previous dark wave leanings and emerged as I think there was a bit of mixed metaphors going on in the quote I'm trying to remember, but essentially it was about you changing the style to a more sort of traditional style goth. Would you say that's a fair comment, or do you think
we got bored? There's only so much you can do with it. It's
like that. It was kind of the summer when we brought Black Lipstick out. And me and you were writing songs, and every single time it would just be so. It just sounds the same.
Yeah, I've written this Stylish Death for the full.
Yeah, I
time.
did. Yeah. It's just got sick of it, and then from there we come up with the Lighthouse kind of sound. And so this is something interesting. I like this. But yeah, it's all quite samey. You know, I like some dark wave tracks. I'll admit, I do like some. It's nice, easy listen. But in terms of what I want to write, it's not it. You know, and I don't want to just hear it as well. I want to hear. You know, I want to hear bands that are inspired by all sorts of goth music. It's at the minute. A lot of the new ones is just, you know, I'm going to be Lebanon Hanover.
Yeah.
You know?
Gothic Summer,
yeah.
I think a change of sound as well. I'm not saying this is entirely a result of. I've started getting more confident in the style I like to play my guitar in as well. And I lean towards a more abrasive kind of heavy distorted, kind of more metal influenced sound. And I think that kind of gives it a little bit more of an edge, as opposed to having clean Well, we never did have clean guitar, but like a little bit more subdued, I guess. I like to add that little bite in there, so I think that's helped change the sound a little bit. Yeah.
Me and Jack always say, like, you are like the sound of Social Youth Cult, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's before that it was just us pottering about, doing Joy Division covers, and we needed the rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all just a fuck around and find out, isn't it? Yeah. I can actually say that phrase as well. I can't say it usually on radio.
Mess about and meander.
So one of the things I wanted to ask, while we're talking about influences anyway, is what do you think would be to people who know your music the most surprising influence that you have?
Thin Lizzy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I love Thin Lizzy, man.
I think I got Thin Lizzy really recently.
Good.
It's like stuff like that. It's like Guns N' Roses and.
They're not on the same, but they're their own thing.
It's like classic rock, like stuff like that. I just don't get like AC/DC and stuff like that. But it's like I think I got Thin Lizzy. I think it's because they're not American as well. I think what really helps.
Thin Lizzy's not boring like a lot of classic rock bands.
They're just beautiful. They're really beautiful.
I love Thin Lizzy.
Same with Iron Maiden, I guess, as well. Look, this is also just speaking on my behalf. But like, I don't really have an interest in playing anything outside of Thin Lizzy and Iron Maiden when I'm practicing. I don't know why. It's just nothing else really. Nothing grabs me.
Resonates for you.
Yeah, but I just really, really love like, especially Adrian Smith and Dave Murray and Brian Robertson and Gary Moore and Scott Gorham. They're all like my favourite guitarists.
Yeah.
I'm really struggling to think of other bands that are surprising. So I feel like me and you were pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Alex
is into all like his
Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
A lot of that in his.
He said he was lying about that. He said he couldn't think of any drummers, so he just went John Bonham, Dave Grohl. Turns to me straight after, I don't like them.
Fair enough.
Sorry. It's I think some of the more experimental stuff is sometimes you can't hear it. So sometimes people don't believe me when I'm saying like there's a bit of this hate and a bit of there's a New York band called Savage Republic that I really like. But it's like even like normal stuff like that everyone says, like Beatles. I love the Beatles. Like Velvet Underground as well. We did a cover of Heroin. That was Sunday. That was really fun because that's one of the songs where you can just do what you want as well.
I started singing Atmosphere halfway through.
Yeah.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
I noticed that.
I was trying my best to remember the line from it actually while I was drunk and playing, and then I forgot I had my delay on, but it was fine. What about you? You like your dance bands?
Yeah. Workmen's Club, maybe?
Yeah.
Mac DeMarco. There's a little bit of his influence in Social Youth Cult, weirdly. Have a Nice Life, yeah. She's Dread, that's quite Have a Nice Lifey.
Yeah, you like Hers as well.
Hers, yeah. Oh, I love Hers.
Mentioning dance bands, I mean, there's the Marionettes that were around in the late 80s and very early 90s. I think Shaun Cronin works in film now. But they had quite an influence from dance bands as well, and did a few dance covers and whatnot. Sorry, I think I cut you off there, Shaun.
I'm really struggling to think of like surprising ones because I feel like my music taste is, in terms of inspirations to write songs, it is just largely just 80s, 70s post-punk.
Wedding Present.
Yeah.
Wedding Present, but that's 80s, 70s post-punk. Because that's been like my favourite music genre. It's been my love since like 15. So that's the main one. But like bit of indie pop, like Jack says, bit of dance, just anything really. I listen to everything.
Yeah.
A lot of the music I listen to isn't music. Is the issue?
Get a load of this guy.
Yeah, get a load of this guy. But I think that sort of brings a bit of the avant-garde influence to it. I hate that word. It makes me sound so pretentious.
There's
no other word for it.
I often wonder at what point goth stopped being pretentious.
I don't think it ever wasn't pretentious.
Yeah.
That's why people are arguing online, because they're all pretentious.
Yeah,
That's literally it.
I'm different to you.
Yeah. But
your nose contours are right, you're not
other girls.
I think now we worry about being seen as pretentious, whereas like when I was first a goth back in 1987 it would have been, which makes us feel old. Being pretentious was so it was so much part of it that you didn't feel it was an insult when somebody called you pretentious. Yeah, that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
Whereas at some point we started to worry about being seen as pretentious. So I still don't mind it to this day. Because usually somebody who's calling you pretentious is looking to get under your skin, looking to annoy you.
Hit a nerve.
Yeah. You go, I am.
Yeah. But that kind of leads me on. We've talked a lot about genre, and I know some bands I speak to, they hate the very concept of genre because they feel it pigeonholes things. I can see some nodding going on.
It's we row about this all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
We're a goth band. We're a post-punk band.
We're just a band.
Who's band? It's like that's what you were saying earlier. Sometimes it does get on your nerves when people come up. You like Joy Division, you like Bauhaus. Mm-hmm. It's like it's good to say them like as influences, but it's like sometimes that is like a defining marker, and then it feels like sometimes people expect something of you.
Yeah.
Which I suppose then makes it better, because it's like when we played that gig at the Alias Festival. I could tell the people who were watching that fucking hated it. And it was lovely. It was amazing. it was almost just like a big sort of middle finger. It's like, I'm doing what I want. I know that some people like it. I know that I like doing it. So it's like if you try to define what I am, then it's like you're doing. It's on you. You know, you're losing out if anything, really.
Mm-hmm. I've certainly found. I used to do a show years back when I was with Reach on Air, I think it was, or One Radio, I just forget. Called As Time Goes By, and it was done deliberately to get me away, because everybody saw me as a goth DJ, as a post-punk DJ, which is largely what I am, but I have a huge interest in all kinds of music. So I did As Time Goes By with the intention of showing, like, look, I can do swing bands, I can do dance music, and the show's name gives you a clue that it was kind of from a point to another point. So I think I picked from 1940s through to 1980s and kind of stopped there, because once you get into the 1980s, most of the stuff I like is probably alternative music. It's what I was already known for. But I found that the listener base was almost entirely musicians. Yeah. Because musicians don't really care about genre as much as they care about, is it good?
Yeah.
100%.
Mm-hmm. And that was great, and the chat room for that was always great, because it was a group of musicians talking about music, talking about their creative process. And I really enjoyed doing it. I should do it again, to be honest. But yeah, so that was my question about genre, was, do you feel it's a straitjacket? Do you feel it kind of can be a hindrance, or is it something you just kind of...
We're not asked.
Yeah, I was going to say, we had a massitive debate about it like 2 weeks ago, but then I think about it now and I honestly just don't care. Yeah. It's like, I think it's no skin off my back, whatever people call us. Like, I don't mind being called like a... I think that's the difference. Is like, I don't mind being called anything. Like, if people want to label it, it's just like it's in human nature to try and label stuff, isn't it? And I quite like navigating around like music genres with really niche names, because it kind of like
grindcore.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a metalhead, so I'm going into all these different offshoots every single day. But
mush music,
noisecore. What do you mean? It's actually it's a real thing. But I quite like those little like subcategories, because it makes my listening time a little bit easier. So again, if people want to label us something, I don't mind if it helps them navigate us, but it's like, don't enforce it on us.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing, it comes out of the punk streak a little bit. It's like, oh fucking dare you tell me what I am. You know? But I think the consensus is we're not that bothered, to be fair.
Do you know, I have the same reaction when people try to tell me what I am. I get very oppositional about it. You know?
Who are you? Yeah.
Even when it's how I see myself. Still, when somebody else kind of tries to enforce that on me, I get oppositional about it.
Like, I stop doing it because someone goes, "Oh, you're a lovely lad, you, Jack." And I go, "Who do you think you are? What do you know about me?"
I'm actually an arsehole.
You don't know me.
So we are running a little bit towards time, and the next question I've got for you might be a big one, so now would be the time to ask it. It's not so much a question, really, it's more an invitation, and the invitation is, tell me one of your favourite anecdotes.
Ooh, I have to think on this for 1 second. I forgot everything that's ever happened in my life.
It's like when someone asks you what's your favourite album, you just forget anything you've ever listened to.
Yeah. So like any question where you put on the spot can do that too, can it? Which is why I should probably avoid
Car
doing
crash.
Oh yeah. On the drive home from Coventry, we've been, because I'm designated driver. We had this. Actually, the whole day's an anecdote in itself. I was hungover from the get go. I was drinking soju the night before with my boyfriend, and it was rough.
That's your fault. That's your fault, by the way.
Brian,
don't make it out like you don't. People are going to feel bad for you.
I underestimated the strength of that stuff. It's disgusting as well. But anyways. We went to pick up the hire car in the morning, didn't we? It was like 10 a.m. or something, and I was chucking up. Literally, because when I'm hungover. Yeah. I was chucking up like I think every 10 minutes. So we got rejected from like 6 different rental car places.
We'd booked it before as well, and it was like I rung him up and I was like, "Is license okay? Yes. Is everything okay? Are you fine? Even though how old are you then? What,
21? Yeah.
Yeah. Even though he's 21, is it fine? Yes."
Got there. He's like, "Oh, you've had points on your license before."
Yeah, you've had points on your license in the past.
But
I've not got many more.
Yeah.
And then he just refused to give it to us. So we were like, "Oh Christ, what do we do now?" So we went to like I think there was like 6 different rental companies at the airport. So that's where we're picking it up from. And we're like, "Please take us." And they're like, "No, you're under 25." And it was the same story for each one. And then we finally got one. Like out of town, we had to get an Uber there and stuff. We finally got one, and it was actually quite a nice car. It was lovely, but it was an automatic. And I've never driven an automatic before, but it switches you off because you don't have to do much. Like all you're doing is steering and accelerating, and that's it.
And he'd put on like the slowest, most like
on the
drive back.
On the way home, I'd already had a Monster earlier in the day, so I was like, no, I'm not gonna try and give myself a heart attack, which was a very bad idea because I was
just stopped like 6 times.
Yeah, I should have been a little bit concerned when I started seeing like wizards in the middle of the road as I was driving. I was like, interesting. I was just absolutely turning it back because our next stop was concert, so I was like, right, I'm gonna just put my foot down. I don't know how to get caught speeding at any given point.
I'd almost just fallen asleep as well, right? And it was almost like a spiritual experience because I literally just shut my eyes. We got into concert, right, and then I had like this really deep sinking feeling in my chest. Shut up! We were barreling straight into someone's fence, right? So I felt like your driving instructor had to reach over, turn the wheel, right, and just like stop, press your brake. We got out and we were like, oh.
That was the best cigarette of my entire life. Is when I got out and had that.
Oh man!
And then I had to put like a really like. I had to just put like a really loud album on, like much to their disgust because they were all like half asleep listening to. I think Toxic was on. Whilst it was blasting in my ears, I was up against the window like that. And I was like, oh. But yeah, Social Youth Cult nearly died.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only interesting thing that's ever happened to us actually.
No, it's not, man. Don't be daft.
No, I'm sure we've got more.
Off the top of the head, the fella got on stage. That was fucking scary. That.
Yeah.
People sent me the video of it afterwards. He was right up my arse, right?
Yeah,
he
was
literally. I didn't realise he was on stage because I was just. You're in the zone when you're up there. Yeah. So I didn't realise I was literally looking into his camera on the.
If he wanted to come up and whack me on the back of the head, he could have done it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he was filming it, and it went like right up to your neck.
Yeah.
But a bit scary.
Yeah. Well, I've been keeping my eye out now as well, so it sort of distracts you from arsehole.
There's the guy in Hartlepool who offered to marry us.
Oh, it was so funny.
Oh yeah, what was it? Oh, what was his name?
It's Burberry, darling. It's Burberry.
The poshest man we've ever seen.
My dad earns a college.
What was his name? I can't remember for the life of it.
It was like John or something.
Well, we've got loads of like really interesting stories, but it's just
pulling them off the top of your head.
Yeah.
We're also like
drunk while it's all them happened.
Yeah. Is there anything I haven't asked you wish I had?
What's your favourite colour?
Okay, what's your favourite colour?
Do you want £1,000 in cash right now?
Might not ask you that.
2,000. Follow offer.
So what is your favourite colour?
Red.
Oh, red.
I like red. Yeah.
Boring.
Jack, do you?
Boring.
What's your favourite colour then?
Purple.
See, I do like
no, it's not actually. I've just fallen out with it actually.
See, I like purple. Red
colour. Oh my god.
I see too much of it now.
Okay.
Purple car theory, I guess.
What's your favourite colour?
Oh, black.
Boring.
I don't know, black, emerald green, and like a crimson red.
I noticed when I like emerald green as well. Actually, so I noticed when I was down at Whitby. I hadn't noticed when I was packing. It wasn't until I was down there that like every time I went to change, I came back wearing an identical outfit because I packed 6 black long sleeve plain t-shirts, shirts rather, and 3 pairs of identical jeans, and that was. So it looked like I never changed, but I had this big pile of washing when I came back, and you were like, how did you manage that?
Well, I've got the same thing. I've got like 4 of the same, like to the brand, same pairs of jeans. Like my cupboard looks like a cartoon character.
Yeah, mine does.
Got all
well,
the same outfit, like Marge and The Simpsons.
I'm sure there was a point when I was young. In fact, I know there was a point when I was younger where I had a much more varied wardrobe. But then again, we were talking about how the scene's changed, and the whole "we only wear black" thing's actually relatively new, because back in the day, goths often wore like tie-dyed shirt. I've still got it's actually a blouse, but like nobody cared back then.
I think I read about it was the York Racecourse thing that was ages ago. And they had Echo and the Bunnymen, Sisters were there. Sisters were famously shit there as well.
Yeah.
They had to restart Alice like 7 times. Because Dr. Avalanche was kicking off. And then Chameleons were there. And all the other bands had like these sort of elaborate black t-shirts designs. And they just made some tie-dye shirts at home and just chucked them on the merch table.
Yeah.
And no one was interested, but they thought it was so funny.
Yeah.
I don't know how we've not mentioned the Chameleons at all before this point, actually, and now I think about it. I think they have a massive influence on all of us
I love Chameleons.
for songwriting. Yeah.
Straight up.
They're just incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met him twice.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, we met him after he played at the Riverside in December last year. And he literally just turned up to Nightbreak.
Yeah.
Right? Like I went,
mental.
Well, hi Shinji. Mark's coming from the Chameleons, and I was like, huh?
Because it was Mark and Dusty from Vision Video that were
well,
there that
he
night.
was coming,
he was doing a set there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Like a DJ set.
Yeah.
And then Mark Burgess just turned up and started having a pint with us.
I just went up to him. I just went, "You all right, Mark?" Yeah.
It was.
You were all playing your man cards, talking to him about football. I was like, what do I speak to this man about?
You know, what team do you support? Man City.
I pulled that card when we met Kirk from Theatre of Hate, though, and it actually worked. It actually worked.
I met Patricia Morrison once. She was not long out of the Sisters of Mercy at the time. I didn't notice her. Despite the fact I'd literally gone to Nottingham to see her, because she did a short period where she was just touring as Patricia Morrison before she joined the Damned. But the thing is, it was that period where like all goth girls were trying their hardest to look like Patricia Morrison. I just thought, this is somebody who's really nailed it. And we were standing talking at the bar, and she was buying us drinks and all sorts, and then she went, I've just realised the time I'm going to have to get on stage, and off she ran on the stage.
But you just did that.
And that was when it finally struck us that, like, no, I have been talking to Patricia Morrison. And just a really, really nice, really pleasant person to talk to. I know there's all kinds of rumours float about it, but I found it to be really, really pleasant.
I think that comes with being a goth, innit? Goths love drama.
Yeah.
It's actually unreal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's funny to observe, but then when you're involved in it, it's just give it a rest. You come from, like Alex as well, he comes from like that punk background, he just doesn't understand it.
Yeah.
Goths love drama.
Oh, absolutely they do. Yeah. Right, unfortunately, we're going to have to wind it up there, so thank you very much for coming in and speaking to us.
Thank you for having us.
Just remind everybody about your your album again so they can know?
It's a bit rubbish, isn't it? Don't listen to it. It's like the worst thing I've ever heard.
The Lighthouse by Social Youth Cult killed my dog.
Actually did. He's in the special thanks on the vinyl.
So that's the Lighthouse, but I'll do it. That's the Lighthouse by Social Youth Cult. It's out now. It's available everywhere. Do track down a copy. I've been listening to it since slightly before it came out, actually, because you sent us a press copy, and it's great. So I heartily recommend it. Do pick it up and have a bit of a listen.
Did that tickle you? Oh my
and I'm going to administer some medical assistance here because I think they'll stop breathing. So again, thank you very much.
Thank you, Bob.
It's been great talking to you. You're very welcome. If you ever want to come back again, just get in touch.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll organise it.